G'day. It's day 6, which means strengths aligning with my day-to-day challenge. So my strength today is command, which comes from a leadership influencing perspective. And the challenge today is the learning process. So for those that haven't been following, the learning process is about, firstly, learning something new. You'll probably be aware of this when you went to school. You learn it and then you practice. So step 1's learn, step 2's practice. So go home, do homework, refresh what you're doing. The third step is probably the one that most people miss, which is teaching others or coaching others or sharing what you've learned with someone else. And what that does is really embed what you've been learning into your psyche, conscious mind, unconscious mind, whichever way you want to profess it. So here I am with Pippin. Yep. We generally every day, and guess what? This is only the third time I posted about this, my 7-day challenge. And yes, I've been doing this for years, probably over a decade now, both consciously and unconsciously. But what I'm doing now is part of the process, the learning process, which is sharing what I do and how I do it. And it's only the third day that I'm doing it. And let me tell you, the results I'm getting are absolutely blowing me away. Just in my demeanor, in the way I feel, in the way I'm acting and talking. It's so empowering and unbelievable. So I'm playing with Pip now. So the first day I posted was about purpose. And my strength was activator, or is activator, on day 4, which, if you can understand the correspondence, I started posting on day 4. Just the way it is. But guess what? The challenge is to focus on your purpose. So I really quickly identified that my purpose is to share what my knowledge and my beliefs with the world, what I value. Second day was habits. And as I just mentioned, I'm playing with the ball with Pip. That's a habit that we do every day after walking, because we go for a walk every day. And yes, I am human. There are days when I don't go for a walk. It's very rare now. And more often than not, I'll take Pip over the road to do her business. So at least she's getting outside for a little bit. But hey, give myself a bit of grace. The aim is to walk 7 days a week. The aim is to follow these habits 7 days a week. The aim is to follow this challenge 7 days a week. But as humans, life gets in the way. So I might skip a day here and there. But hey, it's up to me whether I double up the next day or whether I just move forward to the next day, what it is. So how did I do this differently today? And this is part of the learning process. So I woke up, as I do, probably about 5:30 this morning. And this quandary of how do I align command with the challenge of the learning process? So I started processing, which doesn't work too well for me when I get stuck inside my head, because I like to talk and communicate through language and listening. And I was starting to put myself under a little bit of pressure and stressing about how could I make this video interesting. And instead of tapping into my number 2 strength, connectedness, and just letting it be and letting it flow, where my normal routine is wake up in the morning, jump on TikTok, watch a few videos, get a bit of understanding of where people are in the world, go for a walk. And during that time, my mind will just tick over. And whenever I come up with something, I come home and post. Not today. So there was a bit of a barrier today. How am I going to get through this? How am I going to do this daily challenge? How am I going to post something of decent content? And then I went, you know what? Just let it be. Tap into your connectedness. Tap into day 2. Just let it flow. And day 2 also happens to be about focus. That's the challenge of the day, is focus. So today on day 6, I was so focused on what I was going to post about that I didn't tap into that connectedness of day 2 and just let it be. So for the first time, I posted before I went for a walk. So I do a short 1-minute video explaining what I'm going to talk about today. I do a 10-minute video like this one here, explaining the challenge and how it aligns to my strengths. And then I do another video, it could be 3 minutes, could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes, about my dog, Pippi. Pippi Power, I call it. I don't know if that's going to stay or not, but it's about how I align human behavior to my experiences raising my dog, walking my dog, and all that sort of stuff. So that's next. You can catch that if you want to. Whether you found this is the first video or you've been following along, that's what it's meant to be. But where do I want to go? So I'm almost halfway there. So I want to go back to the topic that I came up with before I went for a walk and when I was walking. So everyone knows about positivity and negativity. Now, in the strengths world, there is an actual strength called positivity. So for me, positivity is not highly ranked. So there's 34 strengths. Positivity for me, I think, lands around 15, so close to halfway. Now, does that mean I'm not a positive person? Absolutely not. What it means is positivity is a strength. When you have that strength, you see the world through a lens of positiveness. So you will find the best in everything. Now, where my positivity lies, being at 15, it comes through the lens of my other 5, 10, 14 other strengths. But my number one strength is maximizer, which means I'm always looking for ways to be better. Now, some would say, well, yeah, I'm not positive. I'm a very negative person because I'm always identifying or critiquing what is not good, which is actually not the way I see the world. I only critique on things that I find good, that I could see potential to be even better. So to me, that's very positive. So you've got values, you've got needs, you've got strengths, you've got all these different parameters, right? So my values are learning, growth, and contribution or sharing. Where learner, for me, as a strength, comes in at number 10. So from a learning strength, it's not up high. But ingrained in my values are learning, growth, and contribution, which for a maximizer, which is my number one strength, is about how can we make the world better? Well, I need to learn, I need to grow, and I need to contribute. So they all align with each other. And that's the learning process I'm going through today and part of my daily challenge that I do for myself. If you're interested in the daily challenge, it's on YouTube. I've literally posted it yesterday. I'm the sort of coach that is happy to give stuff away, and it doesn't mean you get it free because you've got to spend some time. I believe there's more value in time than there is in money. So if you think, oh, this is a sales pitch, this is a catch, no, you're going to have to give up some time. It's about 5 minutes a day. So if you can afford to give up 5 minutes of your time to live a better life, I'd recommend it. Because let me tell you, 3 days of posting these videos, I'm feeling 500% better. Anyway, I digress. Getting back to positivity. So just by chance, one of my very close mates and my wife have high positivity in their strength zone, okay? So they see the brighter side of the world. And I noticed this with a lot of people in positivity and every other strength, you go through the highs and lows of that strength zone. And I went and caught up with this mate of mine last night, and so used to being ingrained in his positivity, and no matter what I say, whether I'm talking what I saw on TikTok or what happened to me during the week, he finds the brighter side of it. Now, I admittedly haven't seen him for 3 or 4 weeks. He's been going through some stuff. I started to reflect and go, oh my God, what have I done? Have I been a bad friend? Have I not, blah, 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 going down that route of questioning whether I'm good enough. But we caught up. It was awesome. We chatted for like 3 hours. But I sensed there was something off with his positivity. And the conversations we were having, they had this negative tone, and it just didn't seem to sit right. And, you know, if I wanted to talk about my ego, I could say, oh, well, you know what? He hasn't been around me for 3 weeks, so maybe that positivity is rubbed off. Or I could say, well, shit, life's not doing so great for him maybe, and, you know, he's not positive about everything. And I pulled him up on a couple of things, and you could just see the brain ticking over going, oh, wow, yeah, I am meant to be positive. Yeah, I am meant to do this. And we broke it down that his job is bringing him down. So he's not enjoying, it's not so much the job. He's very good at what he does. But what he came to realize is that it's the people that he's working with are bringing him down. And I've never heard him speak ill of another person as much as I had last night, of this manager who is basically hamstringing their employees. So again, he's good at his job. He's good enough to keep his job. But there are other people getting sacked around him, and he's sitting there going, I can see so much potential. His positivity is seeing why these guys are good, but the manager just keeps getting rid of them for no reason other than what he believes is the manager's ego. So it was really dragging him down. And we broke it down to, well, there's my mate, the person, and then there's my mate in his job. And he's been trying to separate the two different people. And when he realized that he's got to embrace who he is in his job and be that positive person that focuses on the good in others and the good in life, and I think he left pretty happy. So That's my learning process for the day, coming from a leadership perspective. Let me know what you think and tell me if you're joining the challenge. Bye for now.